If you clicked on this video, chances are you're either in the same position that I'm in, you're someone who enjoys the displeasure and misfortune of others, or you're my grandmother. Thank you, Grandma, for supporting me. So here's the big question, right? What do you do when you lose it all? It's something that I've had to grapple with these past few days. To put it bluntly, the experience, it sucks. A few days ago, I saw a stock exploding. Naturally, I thought if it's exploding, why shouldn't I have my portfolio explode with it? I kept putting money in, losing it, pulling money out, doubling down. It was chaos. The stock would go up, I'd buy more, then it would tank. I thought the world was against me. And by the end of the day, I just full ported all into it. And then right as the market closed, it crashed. We're not going to talk about the next morning when it tripled from when I sold and I would be up many amounts of money. We won't talk about that. So trying to process through this might seem like strange coping behavior, but I think it makes a little bit of sense. Losing money isn't just about the money in your brain. You know, these processes going on behind the scenes, evolutionarily or technically wired to see resources as survival. You think about in the good old hunter-gatherer days, you would go out and hunt and gather. And let's say you stash those berries and meat in your loincloth and you lose them on the way back. They just fall out and they're gone in the prairie. You could get banished by your tribe. They could be upset with you. They might kill you. You know, they're your tribe, but they got sharp sticks and daggers. They might kill you. So I think that's one of the reasons why this feels so personal. We lose something valuable. Our brains go into overdrive. There's that thing in the back of your head. Once again, evolutionarily, it's like don't lose your resources or else you will lose your people, potentially your life. So there's the feeling that you failed, that you're not providing. I think as a man, personally, there's a sort of self-worth that comes from having resources, having money. I think it's kind of ingrained within men sometimes. I'm not on some manosphere soapbox right now, but it's kind of primal for a man to want to provide, and you lose a capacity to provide in a way, it's gonna sting. So back to my big financial loss. Lost the money, got tunnel vision. After trying to claw back, I just accepted at the end of the day that I was defeated. I was hurt. It hurts to lose a lot of your hard-earned money, a significant chunk of your net worth. I didn't really feel like eating for the rest of the day. I'm cutting right now, so I did hit my calorie goal for the day due to that. I couldn't sleep. I woke up at 3 a.m., ate some cereal until the sun came up, called out of work even because I knew I just wasn't going to be able to function that day. So in your step to recovery from this terrible tragedy, I'd say it's a tragedy. You're losing a bunch of your money, man. So you understand kind of some reasons why it feels so bad. I mean, you could just put it plainly, you lost a shit ton of money. You're gonna feel bad, but let's go to the next step. So acknowledging the pain. You're gonna wanna allow yourself to feel that anger, that sadness, whatever emotions you're experiencing, allow them to be felt. Personally, I reached for the closest tiny object that I was okay breaking. I reached for my cool spy pen, which in retrospect I regret reaching for because it's pretty cool, even though I don't use it that much. I threw it against the wall. It released a little frustration. There's some research that says throwing stuff when you're upset isn't healthy. You can throw a pen or two. I think that's fine. So after this anger came out, I went into the next step of just shame and guilt. I felt regret, hopelessness. I felt stupid, like a failure in life. These emotions are heavy, but it's part of the game. It's normal. You know, you don't have to double down on that shame by thinking you're a loser for having these emotions over it. Just write them down, just get them out there. Talk to ChatGPT if you want. Talk to a real person if you want. Just find a way to process them. The more you shove this down, it's just gonna hurt more and more for a prolonged period of time also. And next, you just have to move into putting things into perspective. At the end of the day, it is just numbers on a screen. I get that those numbers represent a lot more than that. They're tied to your future, buying a home. When you lose money, it's more than just the numbers. I get it. It's your grocery budget, it's your mortgage, and preferably you won't be putting that much at stake if you're practicing proper money management. But like myself, I'm sure there's some people that just don't do that. You start spiraling into every decision from the day. What if I didn't buy this at all? What if I just slept through the entire day? Would have been amazing. I would have saved so much money. Or what if I sold earlier? What if I sold later? What if I waited until it tripled in the morning, like myself? But you do have to remind yourself that it's just money. It's incredibly important in life. I don't care what people say, it can very well buy you happiness. But that potential to buy happiness, to carve out a nice future for yourself, is very recoverable, despite what your mind might be telling you in this moment. You hear all those stories of these gurus who filed for bankruptcy 18 times in a year, and then they became a trillionaire. It's an exaggerated version, but many people, normal people who aren't lying, they did go through that. And they came out okay, and chances are you can too. You have just as good of a chance as anyone else, and you can very well rebuild and come out even better than you were previously with these very important lessons that you experienced. So after putting things into perspective a bit, one thing I would highly recommend, I'm mostly recommending it to myself, really doing all I can to stick to it. Just do not revenge trade. After hours, when I lost all that money, I got mad. And then I bought a bunch of random stuff, and then I lost even more money. And then in the morning, after moping on the couch all night, not sleeping, I revenge traded even more. Same stock that I lost it all on. And of course, I made a decent amount of money, but the funds that I put in did not come close to making up my losses at all. So where I'm at now, I'm just not going to trade until the end of the year. So I deleted the Robinhood app. I got cold turkey on my computer so I can completely block checking out the website and any other associated subreddits that have to do with stocks and specifically losing all of your money. And I think it'll be healthy to take a break until January. I think you need to remind yourself that after something like this, you're not exactly having the best ideas go through your head. Maybe be a little weary of what you think is the best move for you at the moment. Just to wrap things up, losses happen and they sting, but you're not alone. Many traders have been here, you're here, I'm here, we're here. We talked about the reasons why this hurts, what you can do to make it hurt a little less. And if you do some of these things, the pain will fade, maybe 5% each day. This happened to me a few days ago. I can say confidently that the pain has reduced at least 5% each day. And that adds up over time. So keep your head up, take a break, lean on others. When all else fails, drink some water, read a book, play a game, probably non-ranked, because that can fuel your anger, and take care of yourself. Goodbye.